There you go. Let me probably add my bank statement and let's ask, hey, why I'm feeling broke? Can you please check my bank account balance?
Hey there, I don't have direct access to your bank account balance, but based on the provided statement, your balance as of the 29th of January 2024 is £50.75. Remember that this information might not be up to date.
I may have been that much broke, but I am still not comfortable to share my personal information, such as bank statement, to any external third-party AI provider, such as ChatGPT or OpenAI. Now, if you're in the same boat and you are also looking for a similar solution where you can have a private GPT where you can interact with your documents or any other private level information without any fear of leaking out your private level information, then that's what we are going to discuss in this video. Hi, my name is Abhijit. You're watching Know Together, where I try to simplify latest tech and innovation for your future and your business. Let's get started. Welcome back. In this quick tutorial video, we are going to discuss an open source project called Ollama Web UI. This is like a clone of ChatGPT user interface with much more control in your own hand. For example, you can run a RAG-like application where you can upload an PDF or any kind of documents. You would be able to use your locally hosted large language model to chat with your document. You can upload a photo and get details of the photo completely using your locally hosted vision models. Now, all those features we are going to discuss in this video, and the format of the video is going to be exactly same as I have done in my other videos in this channel. In the start, we are going to take a look at the architecture diagram, what we are going to build, and then we will straight dive into the technical bits. So if you are ready, then let's get started. Let's take a look at our architecture. The architecture is going to be very simple. This is my Windows machine, and in this Windows machine, I'm running WSL or Windows Subsystem for Linux. Within the WSL, I'm already running Ollama server. Now, if you're not really sure how to run Ollama on Windows, I have already covered a video about that. You should be able to see it on your right top. Now, because I'm already running Ollama, all I need to do is to install the Ollama Web UI. Now, Ollama Web UI will be run as a Docker container. Now, once I start my Ollama Web UI and then point Ollama Web UI to connect to my Ollama One WSL, I should be able to start using it. And that's where this flow would work. However, if I want to make this UI accessible from anywhere in the world, I need to put the Web UI into the internet. And for that, I need a distributed reverse proxy such as Ngrok. Now, Ngrok or Ngrok, I don't know however you say it, they allow free reverse proxy which you can use to connect a secure tunnel with your local machine. So that means you will have some kind of agent or Ngrok agent running in your local system, which will have a secure tunnel in between this reverse proxy, which is on the cloud, and then this will give you a public URL. Now, if I want to access it from anywhere in the world, let's say on my mobile device, I will use the public URL, which will connect to the Ngrok, and then Ngrok will do a secure tunnel to the agent, and the agent will in turn connect to the container. So let's get into my project workspace. Now I have opened VS Studio and came into my project folder. One of the first things that we have to do is go to the Ollama Web UI GitHub, and we are going to clone this repository here. Now it's cloned. So before we proceed to run the Ollama Web UI locally, you need to install Docker and Docker Compose in your local system. Now, assuming that you have already done so, what we have to do is to go inside the Web UI, and then we'll find the docker compose.yaml file. Now, this is a very interesting YAML file, and I'm going to explain this step by step for you. If you're running Ollama for the first time and you are on a Windows machine, you should note that if you run Ollama as Docker image, you can't actually use the GPU capability if your system has GPU. This will run absolutely fine with your CPU. Now, generally, CPU performance is a little bit lesser than if you have a high-end or any mediocre GPU like I have. Now, because I have GPU already, I have done the installation of Ollama previously using WSL or Windows Subsystem for Linux. Again, use the link from the description and watch the video that I have already created on how to run Ollama in your local Windows machine. If you're running Mac or if you're running from Linux and you have also graphics card, then you can use this Docker Compose as it is. Now, because I have already installed Ollama on my local and running it, what I'm going to do is first open the WSL. Now I'll just run Ollama serve, and this is showing it's already running. The next step, what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this section from this Docker Compose, because that section was only running the Ollama as container. I don't need that. Now here we can remove the depends on, because I'm not running the Ollama image. Now, if you remember this diagram, we will be running the WebUI inside a container. So for that reason, if the WebUI needs to connect my Ollama running in the WSL, so it needs to connect to the port on the host machine. And that is why what we have to do is we have to change this API base URL into host.docker.internal 1144 API. And that's it. We do not have to change anything else to run the Ollama Web UI in my local system. Now we are inside the Ollama Web UI. We will run docker compose up -d. So now it has started my Ollama Web UI container. For you, it probably will pull the image and then it will run the container. But now it's time to test. We'll go there, we'll run localhost :3000. And now we are into the Ollama Web UI. If you are running it first time, you will probably get the sign up interface. So make sure to sign up a user. Now that I have logged in, let's use a model. Let me use OpenChat because in my test, this was performing way better than the other models. And I'll say, hi, which AI model are you? And it can respond that it's based on GPT-4 AI model. Now it's not actually GPT-4 because OpenChat is trained with OpenAI synthetic data. That's why it's saying it's GPT-4 AI model. Now there are a couple of interesting options that you can do in this UI. First thing is documents. So basically you can import any documents and you can chat with it just like a RAG application. For example, if you have a lot of internal documents that you want to chat with, what you can do is you can just add those documents. For example, if I add my CV and then tag this CV with, let's say, Avijit CV, or maybe just another tag, just CV, and just save it. And what will happen is now if I go back and create a new chat, I'll use the OpenChat latest model. I can reference that document just by typing hash, and then it will show you all the list of documents that you have already uploaded, and then select it. And then I can ask, now if I ask how much IT experience Avijit have, now what it will do, it will read the documents, it will get the information from the documents, and it will give you the answer. Now you can add as much as document, and you can actually tag multiple documents. For example, if I add another document, and this is really the consultancy document, so I tagged it as consultancy, and then I'll go back to this chat window, and here I will probably add all documents. That means it can take a reference from either of the document, and I'll ask, and then I have asked what are different services offered by Avijit. It is able to fetch the correct information from the correct document. Now if I have asked it write a sales copy for the services using the CV, now it is able to combine both the document and it's able to write a proper sales copy for my consultancy services. Like you see, these informations are coming from my CV and these informations are coming from the consultancy service document. Now let's take a look at another example of using a different model, for example, a Llava model, using which we can do image recognition sort of task or vision related task. Now what I have done, I have uploaded an image and I'm going to ask what is there in the image. And it says in the image, there's a man posing in front of a graphics featuring text related to workflow and AI. Now I have used this very similar image and I'm going to ask, is this image same to the previous image? And now it says, no, this image is different from the previous one. It features a man posing in front of graphics that contain text related to workflow and AI. The image appears to be edited in Photoshop. So we can actually use multimodal chat using our locally hosted large language model absolutely free, and also using your private data so that none of your data will get leaked. Next, we are going to go into the settings and we are going to explore some other cool features. Now, for example, this is one feature where if you are running your Ollama, not locally but in a server, you can give this URL here and you can load it directly from the interface without restarting the WebUI. You can add a system prompt. Now go to advanced, you can add seeds. So seeds will ensure that you have different response even though you ask same questions. You have stop sequence, you can add temperature, and then in the models, you can pull any model just by using the name. So it supports all this model that is in the page. You can also upload a GGUF model. GGUF models are generally quantized model. Now you also have something called external. Here you can specify the OpenAI API key or maybe Open Router key and specify the base URL. In this case, what will happen is if for any reason your WebUI cannot connect to your Ollama instance that is running in your locally or in your server, it can use the external API that you provide here to respond to you. You can import chat, export chat, delete chat, reset the vector storage. So once you upload documents, it's going to vectorize it. So you can reset that vector storage. Now audio is a very interesting functions or features. And using audio, you can actually do conversation just like you use ChatGPT app. And I'm going to show you when I'm going to do the mobile demo. There is also a feature called prompts. So if you want to import a system prompt you can actually discover a lot of the powerful system prompt from the Ollama Hub. So explore the Ollama Hub. I will attach this link into the description. Okay, so at this point, we have completed this section of the diagram. As a next section, what we want to do is we want to make the web UI available through internet so that I can access Ollama that's running in my local computer through this chat interface from anywhere across the world and be able to chat with my, let's say, private documents. So for that, what we have to do is we need to go to a site called Ngrok. Now go ahead, register to this website and then log in, and you will get this dashboard view. Now I've already explained what Ngrok or Ngrok is. I'm not going to explore that again. Now because I'm on Windows, I need to install using this command. So what you have to do is to come back and open PowerShell. Make sure to run the PowerShell as administrator, and you run choco install Ngrok. Now you may not have choco pre-installed already. So what you have to do is to go into this chocolate.org and follow the instruction manual and go ahead and install it. If you face any issue, let me know in the comments. It's already saying it's installed because I've already installed Ngrok using Choco. So our Ngrok agent is installed within our local system. What we have to do is to copy this command, and then that will add my authentication token to the agent, which it will use to connect to the Ngrok's reverse proxy. I'll just run it and saved it. And then next, what we have to do is run this command. Now instead of 8080, I'm going to set to 3000 because 3000 port is where our web UI is available. You have seen that already from here. So I'm just going to run it. Now it has given me the URL. I'm going to copy this URL and I'm going to open it. Just click visit site. And there you go. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this URL from my mobile and I'm going to show you the last feature, which is the audio feature. Let's do that. Okay, so now I'm into my mobile and I'm going to open the website URL that I have just shown you. There you go. Okay, so now I have logged in. Now just to check that I'm not using the local host, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable my mobile data just to make sure that it's all happening through internet, not through my proxy, and I'm going to refresh this page. Yeah, I'm still getting it. That means it's working through internet, not through my local Wi-Fi. Now I'm going to change the model to open chat and set it as default. Then what we'll do, we'll click on these settings and we'll go through the audio. Now audio is a really interesting feature. So if I turn on the conversation mode and also turn this auto send after 3-second input, and then I set the voice to, let's say, English India and save it. That means I don't have to type anything. I can simply use this record button and have a conversation with this web UI. So I'm just going to mention the documents first, and then I'm going to say, I'm going to just allow, I'm going to say how much of it charge for this professional session.
The charge for the 45-minute professional consulting session is £99.
How can I book this session?
To book a session, you can follow the booking links provided in the context. For a 15-minute discovery session.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my bank statement and just going to test it. Hey, I am feeling broke. Can you check my account balance?
Sure, based on the provided context, your account balance is £0, excluding all pots, and minus £47.24, including both regular pots with Monzo and savings pots with external providers.
And that is your private GPT running in your mobile. Okay, so that was a very short tutorial on running your private GPT using locally hosted large language model for absolutely no cost. I hope that all makes sense to you. And if you find value in this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video so that many others like you can see this video. Now, I generally bring similar videos every week, so stay tuned, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.